Welcome class back to Chapter 8, Using Styles and Style Sheets for Design. This video will cover our last lesson, which is work with conflicting styles. Cascading refers to the way styles are ranked in the order of precedence as they are applied to page elements. So we'll look at how the cascading is defined. So style sheets originate from three sources: the author, who is the creator of the page and style sheets, the user or person who is viewing the page, and the user agent, which is the software through which the page is delivered. Okay, so we are the author, okay, and then we have someone that visits our page, and then lastly is the browser. The first order of precedence is to find declarations that specify and match the media type being used. Okay, so the media type, is it screen, is it print? The second order of precedence is by importance and origin, and they are as follows: user important declarations, author important declarations, author normal declarations, user normal declarations, and then user agent declarations. So user important declarations would be something that a user, so a visitor to our site, is set up as this is the font size that they need for every web page they come into. Okay, they have the capability of doing that through their browser. The author important declarations are ones that we have styled, and I'm just going to show you how this is coded. Okay, so if I say header 1, and then I put in here, I can put in important, okay, and then I could say color colon, and then I could say actually red. Okay, I'm saying that my author, me, the one that is the author of the style sheet, has said that this is a very important style. It is to override anything that the user has defined or set up in their browser. Be very careful with doing code this way. Okay, author normal declarations, that's just you and me. That's what we have been doing all along through this course. Setting up our styles in the CSS Designers panel, or perhaps coding them in the style sheet. Okay, user normal declarations, so these are the things that the user has defined inside their browser, and they haven't defined them as important. And then the user agent, that's your browser, okay, Firefox, Chrome, Edge, okay, these are what the browser has defined. So for example, the default font size in our browser is 16, and the font is Times New Roman. To be classified as important declaration, the word important is included in the rule as I demonstrated. The third order of precedence is by the specificity of the selector. More specific rules are applied when they are on an equal importance and origin with more general rules. We generally don't worry about the specificity of a selector. We usually try to code so clean that we don't ever have to worry about the specificity of the selector. The fourth and final order of precedence is specified in the code. Okay, is it an external style sheet? Okay, is it an embedded page style? Okay, or is it an inline style? Pseudo-class styles refer to styles that determine the appearance of a page element when a certain condition resulting from information external to the HTML source is met. So pseudo-class could be like when we hover over a link, okay, or we are outside of the link, or the link has been clicked on. Dreamweaver has several tools available to assist you in defining, modifying, and checking CSS rules, including the Code Navigator, Live View, and then we have Inspector Mode. We can disable and enable CSS rules. So we can click on and disable the rule. You can also manage styles by viewing an element's computed properties. Now I referred to this a little bit in lesson 3 when we were using inspect mode, and computed is the name that appears in the selectors pane in our CSS Designers panel. when you select a page element that has more than one selector used to format it. So it's looking at the inheritance as well as what we're defining individually for that particular element. So here's the word computed. Okay, so whatever the element was that we're hovering over, this is the whole list of them. When you select one of the properties in the Properties pane, the source, device, and selector for that property are highlighted in their respective panes. When you're having problems determining why a page element is not appearing as you intend, look at each property listed and one by one disable them to find the unwanted property. Decide whether to disable it, modify it, or even remove it. So we're going to finish by completing pages 28 through 29. So back to the About Us page. Okay, we're going to look at welcome guests. Okay, now if your welcome guest is like mine, where it's not formatted as a header 1, I want you to go ahead and format it as a header 1. I'm not sure if I missed a step along the way, but I'm just going to go ahead and change this to header 1. Okay, so now I have a header 1. I am going to come back to my live view, and I'm going to select header 1. Using the CSS Designers panel, okay, I am going to, let's see here. Yep, I'm going to click back in here and then select it again. Yeah, maybe it's not working. I'm trying to get it to do exactly what the book is trying to tell me it's going to do. Okay, I need to be in design view, okay, not in live view. So we'll see that SU Styles is bolded, Global is bolded, and now we see header 1. We're going to disable the font family. Okay, so clicking on disable, you will see a slight change. Our font is actually coming in from Adobe Edge fonts. So the difference is that if I enable it, we see the kind of the default that shows up in design view when a font is being used for, or an Adobe Edge font is being used. Okay, so you can enable and disable. Okay, we're going to look at the Clubhouse image, and I want you to click on Computed so that you can see all of the styles, okay, for Computed. So here's the float, there's the borders, the margins, and then all of these that perhaps we didn't even style, right? These are coming from all of the styles that are inherited, okay, that are enclosing that particular image. Okay, so they want us to disable the border property. Okay, so you can see that the border is now removed, and then we're going to go ahead and enable it again. Okay, so that is lesson 4. Okay, just make sure you save all of your changes. And and then once you do this, you'll see update web font script tag. Now the reason that is because we disabled, okay, the font family for welcome guests. And so I'm going to go ahead and say update for that, and then close, and now everything is saved. Okay, we'll see you in the assignments video.